Welcome, Cancer, to your love reading for the week of April 13th to the 19th of 2020. So, we do have a 10 plus Celtic cross spread here dealing with your love life. So, we're going to see what's going on with you. And so, first of all, to me, it seems like a lot of you may say you could be entertaining someone, you're either with someone or you're trying to get to know somebody, but I feel here that it's almost like if someone is trying to disconnect from you this week, or if they're around and you have your suspicions or you have your doubts with this person at times, it seems like you still, doesn't matter what they do, it's almost like you give them leeway. And this might be that kind of energy where you want that person around no matter what at times. Now, I won't say it's not something against you, but it's something that you have to just be aware of, that kind of energy, because it's almost like some of you may want to leave a certain connection, but you also want to stay. So it's no matter what that person does, it's hard for you to put your mind in a forward position where you take a step out the door and stay that way. It doesn't come through all that bad here, but I feel like for many of you, there may have been this energy of recent past, Three of Pentacles. That's often having the presence of mind to work together towards some common goal, or you have this intentions with that other person. So sometimes literally working with them, or just detaching as you work on something with that person to make things better and harmonious. But it's also an energy of not, it's wanting to connect with them and not really be independent so much this week. So make sure that you embrace that. If you have that space, the freedom to be independent and focusing on yourself and your needs, I feel like you have to focus there. What's on your mind is it's an energy of where you, again, not really facing up to that, or not really being honest about what needs to change with the connection. And it's not saying that you're dishonest about what you see, but you may not communicate that to your partner. And I feel like energetically, something might be a bit off. So it's ultimately working towards trust to see if you would like this connection to continue to progress towards something, stay how it is, or go into something new as you disconnect from something old. Because the Ten of Pentacles is coming up, and that shows the person that you're dealing with, they're bringing this towards you. So if they're bringing that towards you, there's marriage, or wanting to be around you, wanting to, if you live together, or staying a night, or whatever it might be. And you're responding to that with some good energy. So the sun is coming out. It's like you enjoy that, you enjoy it, you want to embrace that. But the person that you're dealing with, they have some issues, because the tower is coming through. And that is often a restriction, something that might happen out of the blue, something where they move away, or they make it a change, and it causes you a bit of questions. It causes you to doubt what's going on, if it's authentic or not. And whoever this Queen of Wands in reverse is, now this could be a male or a female, and that is the person that for some of you, you're trying to connect with someone who's dealing with a past issue or a past marriage, and they may have a possessive female partner or a male partner, or someone that might be coming through, and that could be an issue, or whether it's a child of theirs or whatever. Someone seems to be kind of interfering, maybe energetically, and even if it could be an ex-partner that comes through as a volatile person that may be coming through, maybe like a physical pleasure, wanting to connect with someone else. And the person that you may be dealing with, sometimes they could be open to that at times, and you may feel this for some of you. Now, this is not to automatically say that. You have to understand where you stand with that person. If you know the information about someone from your past or that you have been dealing with, you can kind of put two and two together and using your own intuition to understand where that might be. So the tower coming through with their energy is a bit troublesome, but I feel like you get it, like you're on to it with the Nine of Wands showing up there. That's the advice. And it's to, when we have our guard up, or we feel like we need to put our guard up for certain reasons, it's for a good reason, because you feel something that might be off. And this is to either reacquainting yourself with someone from the past that may have gotten away with some things and you let them slide, and then you forgave him, maybe he done it again, or fallen into a pattern, or they may entertain someone from their past, and that might be an issue. So when the outcome is coming up with judgment, and that 10 of cups is there, that is ultimately saying what can we do in order for this to be something of a trust, dignity, trying to be honest about each other and what words we might have with the connection, and not having a fear of addressing that. What seems to be an issue is good communication. That might be the issue there. And when you aren't really on the same page or communicating well with somebody, that does cause a lot of assumptions, or it sometimes space can cause you to allow some information to come in, but if it's not coming right from the person through their own voice or whatever it might be, that is an issue potentially. So when I see honeymoon there, we have honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, getting to know each other, we have heart to heart conversation. This is potentially, again, reacquainting with somebody. You're trying to get to know them as you spend some time with that person, and you're trying to figure out if you're really in love with that person, true love, and very soon clearly deciding what you want. So this is that 9 of Wands is, to me, it's taking over because it's telling you to just take your time to reassess if this is someone that really wants to be with you, and vice versa. They often show you through their actions, or even if it's word of mouth, it's through taking those actions and making those changes as necessary in order for things to be healthier. So this is a week of the judgment that comes through, where you can be the judge of your own situation and figure out where you want to go from here. But I feel it's things may be on your mind, a bit intense, but it just may be causing you to kind of ignore the situation at times. But if you do have the opportunity to express yourself and to communicate things, do that with that heart to heart conversation, because communication seems to be an issue. And if someone can't take you communicating or asking certain questions, whether they're deep or not, then that might be the big issue, because a lot of times they may have something to hide when there should be able to be trust and clarity there with the connection. All right. So that's going to be a reading. I hope the messages do help you out, at least this week. Much love, much light to you. And you can always get a private or personal reading that connects with your energy. All right. So have a good one.